Hello, everybody. It's Jeff from VW Bricks here. Week 56 of our Canadian Brick Builder chat. Hopefully, people will be joining in shortly. I haven't gotten any messages from anybody saying they're not coming, so hopefully they're coming. This week, there's a bit of news to cover. Hopefully, we'll have some updates from the panel as to what's happening. And we will also have our topic, which is right here, talking about collaborative builds. Currently, there's no one watching at the looks of it, so I'm talking to myself, I believe, at the moment. Oh, someone just started watching. So yeah, we'll, like I said, hopefully have a few more people join in shortly, talk about collaborative builds, the news, and the negative news as well, or the fake news, because this is the only week where fake news is funny or kind of funny. I avoided reading news from Friday till the end of the weekend because I just didn't want to fall for the sorry. I didn't want to fall for any April Fool's jokes. So I just ignored the news pretty much for the weekend, which was really hard. I mean, I saw pictures and stuff, and anytime I saw pictures and saw it was like posted on April Fool's Day or posted a day or two ago, like on the weekend, I just automatically just said, probably a joke, and kept on going. Coincidentally, one thing wasn't a joke, so I'm glad that that's happening. But anyway, 2 people watching right now, so hello, everybody. I guess what can I start? I don't know. Testing out this little screen function here, which kind of works for opening. Hello, Eric Seth. How are you? And actually, I just realized I didn't open something, so let me just go back to this. There we go. And while we do that, or while I do that, just gonna exit full screen there and open up one more thing on my computer. There we go. Believe it or not, seeing Eric Seth's name reminded me that I need to open something else up. So I've got a screensaver going right here on this screen, just a YouTube video that's 12 hours playing, just to keep those screens alive. So I have fancy Lego desktops instead of, a black screen with my work logo scrolling across. I figured this was funner to see. And I have to say that screensaver is pretty sweet too, or that 12-hour screensaver on YouTube, just because it's like flowy liquids. But maybe I'll turn it a bit just so that doesn't distract us. There, and ignore the amount of icons on my work desktop. Anyway, so yeah, not much. Well, it feels like not much has happened over this past week. For me, I've done a lot of sorting still. I finished sorting black into, this isn't black, but finished sorting black into these type of containers by part type. So like I have multiple bins like this full of black brick and plates and stuff. I've almost done white. I'm doing that upstairs. I have like basically one more bin to sort through for white, like one more of these shoebox bins that I just showed, the green one. I sorted green earlier this evening. I have probably about 4 or 5 more colors to sort back there. That doesn't include trans. And I have sorted Technic out of this collection and into individual bins, but I won't sort Technic until the very end. Technic and minifigs are the things I do last. Minifigs, accessories, just because those are the itty bitty things. And this actual rack right behind my head here, this rack all the way over here, there, this rack right here, that whole thing, so what, 6 feet high, is all minifig parts. So yeah, Mr. Blue is in the chat. Hello, Mr. Blue. Like I said, Eric's here as well. Dave says he's coming. Give him 5 minutes. Should we start a timer? And hi, everybody. And no problem, Dave. We will gladly wait for you to join in. So yeah, sorting away. I did build something, or finish building something, which I'll show once Dave pops in, I think. It's a set, not a mock. So nothing interesting there necessarily. I've been doing some bricks and pieces research. Actually, I started this last week, and one of our, let me just pull this up right now. and maybe make this a bit bigger. I'm just so I've been interested in bricks and pieces. I have 2 orders with outstanding, and I think Dave has a couple of orders outstanding as well. Dave Sincere. Oh, hey sis, welcome. So I have been, yeah, maybe that's a little better. I've been, and yes, there are people's names here that I was given a list from Klug. These are all pseudonyms, fake names, so no one's real name here, unless Eric Sith is actually your real name, Eric. So we have a few watchers in the Quebec area, and one of them sent me this list. So I had started this last week, just kind of tracking personally a few of ours. I think we started in the last chat where Dave had a bricks and pieces order come in last week. So we were trying to chart how many days it's taking. But I was given some other information from Pat B, coincidentally, and he's also been tracking stuff. So I've added that to this list, and we orders back in November were taking 18 days. That includes shipping time. And you can see that they have gradually gone up to a high of 54 days. I think that's the highest we've had. And they're starting to drop again. So 48, 48, 44. I picked up some people from the Bricks and Pieces Discord channel as well. I've been kind of tracking those guys stuff. And today, well, not today actually. Yeah, 402. A couple of days ago, few people had their orders come in from March 26th. Orders. Oh no, sorry. Orders from February 17th had been received. Now, someone did also say, oh wait, is this the? No, what's that one? Someone also said on the Bricks and Pieces chat just today that their order was finally shipped from Bricks and Pieces, which was on February 28th. Patrick's or Pat B's order was also on February 28th. I've got one on February 28th. There's another couple. Dave's got one on the 8th of March and the 9th of March for me. So these 3 orders might actually get shipping notification in the next couple of days. Oh, sorry, these 2 orders. I'm hoping, which means that technically in say 6 or 7 days, business days, we should get their orders. So that'll be fun, which means maybe a new video. And then maybe I can build a couple of mocks as well, because I'm waiting for parts. I don't remember what's on that order. You know what? Let me check, because it's the same spreadsheet. That's order 10. Yes, I keep my orders in here, and this is what I use for. Oh, this is a big order. This order sheet I use for doing my videos. This is all the data that I get for those videos. So yeah, I do have some parts for a couple of mocks in here. This is the one that also has a bunch of the animals in it and some of the minifig torsos and stuff coming in. And what's the next one then? Order 12. It's a smaller one. That has the windscreens, some of the parts for the space sets, and a panel that came in that was available. Anyway, so yeah, geekiness abounds. There's also we had talked to. There's the Bricks and Pieces, which is all this information. There's also the bestsellers shipping stuff, and this information also came from some Americans, I believe it was, in the Discord group that exists. And the bestseller stuff ordered April 1st, which was, I think, when the program started, or when at least these people ordered, and they've already received it. So it's like a 5-day turnaround. I don't know how long it took to ship. I don't know if it's the same day turnaround or next day turnaround or how that works. But the bestseller stuff is there. I am tempted to place a bestsellers order. I did get a few. And bestsellers just means it's shipping out of Chicago, I think, is where their warehouse is. So as opposed to Bricks and Pieces, which is shipping out of Europe, out of Denmark. So bestsellers is just common pieces that they have in stock here in North America, and they will be able to ship out quicker. So I might place an order. I'm trying to figure out if I can get up to that $60 or $80 price limit to get the gift with purchase. Which just means ordering some more parts. But the problem is while you're sorting, it's hard to figure out what parts you want to order because I'm not done sorting. So I don't know if I need to order that part in this color, right? So anyway, So yeah, that's just something I've been working on, geek wise, to try and see how times are going, because I think it's a good service for us to know about too, right? To know when prices or when delivery times are dropping. Um, I've also got this. I've also been keeping track of things that I would like to get. Now, obviously, the goat is never going to be found, but these are just parts that have been on the system in the past, and I haven't actually verified the prices and stuff yet. But I've been, those are the animals and arches. This is an arch that I would like to get, which is not available currently. The part exists, but not in gray. Different types of bars, things like that. Different types of brackets. Just things again like I would like to get, and I keep my eye on when I'm placing orders. I might actually buy some more of these brackets. But again, I got to go into my bracket list to see. So this is just me being geeky, but it's when I place orders. For me, this is how I figure out if I want extra pieces or whatever. And usually I will go to the latest parts and see what they have. Now Lego has pulled those latest parts out of the systems for ordering right now. Rumor has it that 3 months after they've been released, that they might put them back into the system. I've also heard that rumor is not quite accurate. So yeah, who knows, right? What's my sister saying here? Actually, I'll just go back to the screen when Dave joins. He can. You know what? I don't like that. I'm just going to go to this because, let's face it, that's better to look at than all of me. We'll put that up for now. My sister is saying, I don't think I'll ever be able to order Lego. I just ordered a massage pillow for my back, and I could not wait 2 days it took for it to ship it to me. Yeah, and the problem is even ordering Lego sets is taking too long now. You order a Lego set, you get a notification that it will be shipped probably a day or two later. But then, at least for Ontario and probably Quebec as well, it sits there in, like, we get a FedEx tracking number, and FedEx holds on, or FedEx doesn't actually receive it for another 3 or 4 days. Because they're shipping it from Niagara Falls to Mississauga, and they probably have a backlog of trucks. And then once it hits FedEx Mississauga, then it gets shipped, and usually gets here a day after that type thing. So it used to be that Shop at Home, when we ordered sets, you would get a shipping notification, and it would literally be there within 2 or 3 days of you ordering it, which is great, but not so much anymore. So hopefully that improves. Again, probably COVID and delays in shipping and stuff like that. So yeah, since Dave's not here yet, Dave, where are you? I'll show you the set that I finished. As I pick it up, I'm knocking over all the figs because, that's what we do. So this is now we'll go full screen. This is the Winter Festival, or I took the box away, I forget what it's called, but yeah, the Winter Festival Chinese New Year set, Year of the Tiger, which was an awesome little build. As I've said, it's kind of rounded off. I think I may do a conversion on it to try and make it fit into the modular buildings. It should be easy enough to do, or lucky enough to do, or fairly easy to do. But it's a really cool set. It was a fun build. Lots of trans clear. I had discovered that this symbol here, which is a Chinese letter, or Chinese symbol for spring. So they've got some, they've brick built the spring theme, which is kind of cool. There's on the corner here, there's a little minifig. I'll see if I can get a guy in here. Put a kid back here. Of course, the kid's holding something, so that doesn't work. Arg. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Anyway, I'm trying to get a fig in here. The piece just fell off. So you can see there's like a little face thingy there with the fig's head in it. And figs fell over. So anyways, it's a fun set. I enjoyed it. A few little hidden features. I now got to track down that piece that fell on the floor somewhere. I don't know where it went. There it is. It's one of these little tiny rock bits. Oh, guess who just joined us? Oh, jeez, I hate that view. Okay, there we go. Hey, Dave.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Brick Bunny's TV has joined us. Cute set. Yeah, it is a set. Or is a cute set. It is a set. My only favorite part is that set. is the tiger suit. Yeah, the tiger suit character is awesome. I had him holding on to the cart, but I'll pull him up here for a second. Get off of that. Well, then of course there's the classic space torso guys, but here's the tiger guy. I don't know that this camera focuses at all, but there's the tiger suit guy. Kind of cool. And the second favorite is the photo spot. Yeah, I really love the I also like the classic space or the Ice Planet 2000 torsos, which are re-released torsos. And like most people, I bought some from Shop at Home, and that's one of the orders I'm waiting for. Eric's is still in the box waiting for Winter Village. Yeah, I don't have a Winter Village, and I just wanted to build something, so I pulled that down. Now I have one less set in my backlog, and I haven't replaced it with something else, so that's good. So,
hello, big bunnies.
So how you doing, Dave?
I had a bad day.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully we can make it a better day.
Yes.
You're fired. No, just joking. That wouldn't help.
No, I had a coworker who sent me an email saying I was disrespectful towards her.
Okay.
I don't see how. I don't see why. And I asked her, well, do you have any examples? And she couldn't give me any. So how am I supposed to apologize or try to correct something that I don't know what I'm doing wrong? So
yeah.
So basically, yeah, that was my crappy day.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I would talk about my coworkers, but I don't know if they watch this. So no, I'm just joking.
At 8 viewers, I highly doubt it.
Well, people watch this in post. I mean, like I don't know if you caught the numbers earlier. Your name was on there a couple of times from earlier orders, like someone in your lug, and you know who, and I know who, but and Eric Sith probably knows who as well. Sent me the information for those orders just to get some more data points, which is awesome. But yeah, our orders.
Yeah, we have a conversation going in the Collab forums about bricks and pieces orders specifically. So we kind of keep track and see what everybody's ordering, when they're getting their order in.
Yeah, well, because that's good to know stuff, right? Like
and right now I haven't heard a peep from my March 8th order. So
yeah, I think my February 28th order, March 1st order, because it was right over the midnight area, but I'm pretty sure that order will be shipped out in the next few days, based on the numbers I'm seeing. Assuming there's not a part in there that they can't send out.
So yeah, that's the tricky part also, because they pulled out so many. They pulled out so many pieces that are they gonna fill out these orders that were made pre?
Yes. It's my understanding that once you order something off of the system, that part is reserved, and it should be there. Now, in the Discord group for Bricks and Pieces, I did read some people had lobsters that were canceled. They had lobsters on their order, and I guess something's happened with the lobsters, and they've had to cancel that one. Yes.
Well, it's not lobster season yet, so
no. But I'm wondering if the lobsters might appear in another set, maybe they pulled them because they wanted to put them in something else. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if there's any water-related sets that I remember hearing about, but who knows? Or maybe another Batman movie lobster Thermidor set or something. No. But yeah. So yeah, and I was talking about how I've been sorting and building and stuff. So what have other than today, and your bad day today, what have you been able to do? I mean, obviously hockey was somewhere involved.
Well, yeah, we had a game on. Let me think. We had a game on Saturday, but we didn't win because on Friday night, Jacob tested positive to COVID.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So the saga continues at the Saint-Cyr house.
And you're still negative?
I'm still negative. So, but I didn't went on Saturday because I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
Plus, I was supposed to go to my own hockey game, and I canceled it because to go to Jacob's game.
Yeah.
And since Jacob wasn't going to his game, I kind of rescheduled my own game. So I went to play hockey myself on Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had a game on Monday. Jacob still couldn't go, but I decided that I would at least go and coach that game. And we ended up, they ended up tying the game on Saturday, and they tied again on Monday. So we made it through the round robin, and we're going into the semifinals.
Awesome.
So the semifinals are Friday, and Jacob his isolation is ending today, so he's going to be able to play on Friday. So for on the semifinals, and if we win on Friday, we play the final on Saturday.
Okay. Cool.
And that will be it for hockey. Or will it? Because if we win on Saturday, if we win the final, we're going to the provincials, which are in Gatineau. So I don't know when if that is really happening, but I don't know.
Okay. Gatineau is pretty.
We'll take it a game, one at a game at a time. So
Yeah.
we still have to win on Friday. So
I'm trying to remember my French cities. Gatineau's fairly close to Montreal, right?
no, it's right next to Ottawa.
Oh, yeah. Okay, across the river. Yes, I knew I recognized it. I'm like, where do I know that from? That's close-ish.
Yeah, close. Well,
Like what?
it's
An
like
hour?
an hour and a half away.
An hour and a half? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair. Fine. But well, then you can always run across or jump across the river and say hi to Justin
I
or
could.
whoever's there.
Or Jeff.
Yeah, Mr. Blue was commenting that he liked your shirt, and Ben's like he likes mine better. Mine's a Fazoom classic, so. But yours is.
Mine is Luke saying, "Trust me, I'm a pilot."
And also I noticed. Oh yeah, Mr. Blue gave the. Where is that? Oh yeah, everybody hit like. You don't have to. It's just he said it, so I'm giving him credit. So yeah,
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I think everybody that's on here is subscribed. I have had a few more subscribers in the past few weeks though. And my sister wants to go on a road trip to Gatineau.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for you it'd be a road trip. Why not? Grab the snacks. And when you were talking about how you haven't gotten COVID yet, even though your family had been passing it around, I started wondering how long ago it's been since you showered. Like, are you just that stinky that people are just afraid to come near you? It probably is a good defense, though, I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Sarcastically, of course, because
I don't know. So far, I've been immune. So, and my wife got it twice, and she was thrice vaccinated. So,
or you've gotten it and you're just asymptomatic, right? Like,
well, I did test myself. I tested myself Monday before going to the game.
Yeah.
And I tested again. Yesterday, because I felt a little
crappy,
cold.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had but I tested again and it's still negative. So.
Well.
And it's not like I'm doing the test wrong, because I tested 3 members of my own family and they all tested
exactly,
positive. So
so cool. I guess we should maybe we'll jump into the news and that'll give us more time.
Is there news?
News. Yeah, there's a few things. It's definitely
it's all gonna come out tomorrow. You know that.
Well, yeah, it usually does. Like, there's usually a Thursday announcement. Although we're kind of in a lull right now, anyhow, for new sets, because there's not usually. For what I remember, there's not a lot that comes out in May. It's like the June usually is when Europe gets their sets, and then we get them in August. The same sets, just They're spaced that way.
And I know there's a few set coming out at the end of April, like
Yeah, and
April
the Jurassic
24th.
Park sets
Yeah.
and a few others. Yeah. So why don't we jump into it? The very first thing is that Lego Masters Season 3 is going to be premiering May 31st. For those of you that are following it, I know I am. And they're saying that, excuse me, they don't know much about the show yet. There's no word yet if Amy or Jamie Berard will be back as the judges. They are, because they have been posting Instagram photos together for the past few weeks. So and
kind of a dead giveaway.
Yeah, and I think one on the weekend was enjoying a day off
from filming.
Well, I just said enjoying a day off, right? Like, so you know what's going on. And filming should be wrapping up sometime soon. Now
I gotta say, love Will Arnett as a host.
Yeah,
I think he's doing an amazing job.
Yeah. I need to finish watching the Australian Lego Masters, I think, too. I haven't had a chance to finish that one off.
I haven't watched any of the, like, Australian or other parts of the world Lego Masters. Even the French one, I haven't watched it.
Okay, so. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know one of them's available for us on Amazon, and I don't remember which one it is, but...
I think it's Lego Australia.
Yeah, I think it might be Australia. Australia is a good one. Like, their host is pretty hilarious, and
wasn't it the original one also?
No, England was.
England,
really? The UK. They did 2 seasons. The first season was with kids and adults, and I think the second season. I think they did a second season as well, and the UK one just didn't take off that well. And then they kind of reworked the formula when they came. Well, they've done other countries. Like I think there's probably 10 or 12 different countries that have Lego Masters. Robin Sather from BC, he's currently in New Zealand filming the New Zealand version of Lego Masters, so that's a new show. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and figure out how to watch that one when it comes out, because I think that'll be fun to watch, especially since we know him personally. Like, have you ever met Robin?
Nope.
No? Okay. I've worked with him. He's come to a few of our shows, and I worked with him once at one of the museums in Toronto for a day building a Sphinx model, which was pretty cool, and a Duplo, which was an interesting experience. But yeah, so this is coming. There's not a lot of people. I haven't heard a lot of discussion about who's made it on the show. I mean, they haven't officially announced it yet.
Well, I know Chris Fazoom has his own idea about one person, and
there's a few people that we've kind of have thoughts that they might be on the show, but there's no way to really confirm it. I mean, I was thinking of someone the other day, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to stir the pot, but there's a few people that have kind of fallen away from the community for the past month or two. So I'm kind of wondering if they're in it or not. But I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of people we don't know as well. There usually is, like people that are new to the hobby and maybe not as versed in the Lego community. Side note, I don't know that we talked about it last week, but Boone, who was the who was the runner-up of Lego Masters Season 1, yeah. He has taken a job at working at Lego Billund at the headquarters. Ooh. So he's going to be traveling, I think, in June or July. I think it was July. He's going to be traveling to Billund with his family, and he's going to take up residence there, and he's going to work as a senior builder. Cool. So it's kind of cool. I got to meet him in Portland. And he actually knew who I was.
He's going to be a builder, so he's going to make
set designer.
Set designer.
I assume set designers. I don't know if that set designer or I would assume it's going to be a set designer. I think that's usually how it is. There isn't like a news article. It's just this is, he's mentioned it in a few things.
Okay.
Somewhere I forget where it was, but anyways. It's a cool guy. I got to meet him in Portland. He knew who I was because we've been on a few chats together. So it's kind of fun.
Cool.
But anyway, next up we have the April Fool's jokes. Even though this isn't real news, as I was saying at the beginning of the chat, I avoided the news Friday, Saturday, Sunday as much as I could. I mean, things popped up on my phone, and you look at it on like Saturday, and it was like, oh, this was posted one day ago. Not real.
I saw a meme on April 1st, saying that it was the only day that people were actually fact checking things that were posted on Facebook.
Yeah, for sure. Beyond the Brick Fan has basically compiled a list of all of them that they knew of. I don't think I've seen any other ones beyond this, but I figure we'll just go through them and look and see how many you know what I'm trying to say, how many there were or how many different ones. Now, fourth Lego Lightyear set officially revealed. So someone took the current City Space set and changed it into a Lightyear set with graphics and all that stuff. Obviously that's fake. And I mean, I think this was an obvious joke, right? Because they took the exact same set. Coincidentally, and I'm going to jump over to something else here. There actually is a fourth Lightyear set that no one has talked about that I've seen. Yeah. And it's a Duplo Lightyear set. But there is a fourth one.
And there's a cat and everything. So.
Yeah, the cat, the crystal block, and a spaceship. So you know what, Fazoom needs to get a couple of these spaceships and build something like a real spaceship out of that as parts. That's a big Greeble. Anyway. Yeah. Or anybody that wants to do that should do that. Anyways, we'll come back to that later. How do I get out of this? There we go. Back to news. Next up, Rick Journal posted this one, which was very good.
Yeah, the Playgo, the mix between the Playmobil and the Lego minifig.
Yeah, so I've got like
I think
the Lego
it was a nice play.
It was nice. For when I saw this originally, I was like, what? Like, what kind of monstrosity is this? But at the same time, it was like, I know it's not possible, but it's like that would be kind of an interesting idea. Playmobil figure that looks like a Lego guy and fits on a base plate. So yeah, when you start seeing this, it's like, okay, so is this now Lego scale? Is it a Playmobil guy in Lego scale? Is it a Lego guy or is it a Lego guy in Playmobil scale? Anyway, oh, it is. It's actually a mid one. Now that I see this, so, or at least that's what they wanted it to be. Next up, this one, I can't find mine right now, but I have a brick separator on a lanyard. Actually, I have two brick separators on a lanyard. So this one, you know, other than the different kind of brick separator, this one to me makes total sense. And
yeah, and that would be very, very useful for when you're doing shows, because you're always looking for your brick separator. Yeah. Where is it? Did I put it in my pocket? Did I put it in my backpack? But if you have it on your key as a keychain, you're golden. You have it with you all the time.
And I was just scanning the room to try and, like, the place where it usually hangs, it isn't there. So I'm assuming the last show I went to pre-COVID, I threw it into that bin. So it could be train layout. It must be my train layout somewhere. So maybe I'll unpack that at some point. Anyway, and hey, who wouldn't want a different color brick separator? The next one was the Star Wars Cantina video figures. Which is just like, yeah, okay. Brick fans did that one.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it would be awesome to see the Cantina. I guess we have had the Cantina figures, right?
Nope.
In sets? Have there never been? There must have been.
I think, maybe in the Mos Eisley,
the Cantina set. The big set.
Yeah, the big set.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think so.
Yeah. Brick Finder was the next one that basically said Lego Ambassador Network has been canceled. Kellen has decided it's not happening anymore because it's strayed too far away from the core values of Lego. So there was that one. Brick Finder also had a Lego crayon pack. All the colors of the... Oh, no, this was a head pack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lego Colors of the World minifig part pack.
Skin tones, 24.
First look. Yeah, but it shows like a marker. That's what threw me off. In fact, that's got a marker on there. But yeah, I mean, that would be awesome if it was a package of different skin tone faces and stuff. But
that would actually solve a lot of Lego's problems regarding that aspect. They would just put that box out there, and all the problems of, oh, yeah, the minifigs are all yellow, meaning they're all white, or it would solve all your problems.
Or even like a little poly bag, like a Lego
parts pack or an accessories
well,
pack.
like the blind bags or whatever, but it doesn't have to be blind bag. It can be just like one of these, right? Like the dots bags or whatever, and just put the exact same set of heads in each bag. Maybe have 2 or 3 different series with glasses, or I don't know. Like, I don't know how you differentiate it, but
hands and the heads.
Yeah, it needs hands too, and that's probably the right reason why they wouldn't do it, because Lego doesn't like. I don't think Lego likes people pulling the hands off, because they don't ever do that themselves, right? So
I don't think so,
but I mean, yeah, you'd have to have the hands to go with it, for sure. Anyway, Brick Nerd Lego expiry date is revealed on the packages. I actually have this box just back here, and yeah,
an expiration
date. Yeah, your Lego's going to go by. Now, I can understand if it's brown Lego, maybe it does have an expiry date because it does crumble.
Or dark red.
Used to, or dark red. Yeah, used to. Hopefully, it doesn't do as much now. Next one, Bricking Around. I haven't even heard of this. Brick Studios testing NFT feature in the latest beta released. So that's like the NFT. I don't really know what the NFTs are. I mean, I've heard about it. It's something to do with artwork and I don't know. I haven't really.
It's like a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, crypto with artwork and stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's not artwork. It's currency associated with an artwork, and you basically buy the artwork, and it's worth like
X amount of crypto.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I actually saw that's funny because I actually saw a video by what's his name? Jeez, I watched it today. Give me a sec.
While you're doing that, I'll continue the next one.
Yeah.
The next one was just a brilliant idea. Jay's Brick Blog just threw a couple of goats into a pick a brick or build a minifig bin and said, goats have been spotted in the minifig stations. If only. Because,
that's it. Ryan George.
Never heard of that one.
He's actually a Montrealer.
Okay.
He actually makes YouTube videos, funny YouTube videos, where he films himself in playing different characters.
Okay.
And he's the one who used to do the screen rants for not the screen rants, but the pitch ideas for the screen rant channel on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
He's hilarious. Seriously.
Okay. Cool.
If you have to, Ryan George, see his YouTube channel. It's hilarious. And like I said, today he posted a video about NFTs, and it's really, really funny. And it's funny, and at the same time you get to know what NFTs are.
Well, that's interesting. Hold on, as you're saying that, I'm just going to quickly search him here on YouTube. George is in George?
Yeah. But no S.
Yeah, I didn't put an S in there. I found him. I'll look at that later. Thanks.
Funny stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. The next one was Lego Maxi Figure. Something big is coming.
I saw that one. Really that was really funny.
And this one was actually released by the Lego company.
Yeah.
What happens? Oh. Introducing the brand new Lego Maxi Figure. The missing piece from your
like you would have that in your office or
an exact replica.
But man size.
A whole lot bigger, nearly 2 meters tall. Anyway.
Nearly 2 meters tall. Yeah, it's like more than at least 6 foot tall.
Yeah. Ministry of Sound, I never heard of this. It's but they said there's a Lego Nightclub set revealed, which is a huge idea of a London nightclub. Too much black, personally, but still be cool.
It looks like a big set, though.
Yeah. Apparently, Racing Brick, one of the YouTubers, I'm assuming a YouTuber, decided he was going to switch to Playmobil instead of Lego. So, I mean, only funny if you actually follow him. Ikea Lego collaboration announced this time A-Falls are the focus. Kind of interested in what this one was, so let's click on it because that was the last one anyhow. Build a set would be the IKEA name. Alternative color desktops, color discrimination was less satisfactory. So it's just basically different desktops, different tables.
Build the set.
Yeah, it's just different colored furniture to. Anyway, so not even a good Lego collab. I have to say. I think that was it for that one. Yeah, that was it for that. Next up, this is not a joke. Back to the Future Time Machine was available on April 1st, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Sold it.
On midnight and bang. On Friday morning, they were all gone.
Yeah. And just to confirm, this is the U.S. site. Temporary stock. So, obviously, we knew it would be a hot seller. Although Lego has been doing pretty good with having stock of sets and not selling it that quick. So, obviously, they either didn't have the stock levels or they totally underestimated this one.
I'm guessing they underestimated the demand again.
Yeah.
And they usually do for these kind of sets. They think that they're not gonna sell, but yeah, people are there and they're buying those sets.
Yeah. If anybody in this chat now watching or in the future is buying the metal tins from the Lego Reward Center, there's now a Ninjago one as well as a Rebuild the World one. That's it for that news. It's a slow news week. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga Deluxe Edition is available on Shop at Home. I have already played a level in this. My son got it 2 days ago. I spent an hour with him this afternoon or this morning.
There's some cheats code.
Oh yeah, there's
Facebook.
There's cheats code actually on one of these pages. I think on BrickFan there's cheat codes. Not cheat codes. They're just codes that give you extra figures.
Yeah.
And my son remembered the one from the advent calendar 2 years ago because that's when the set was supposed to come out. So yeah, there's a bunch of codes to give you extra like Christmas figures and that type of stuff. But I played the first level of the A New Hope part of the game, and it was fun. It's a lot of new mechanics, a lot of good humor in it though as well. 3PO can take himself apart, I guess, so he can walk into shorter areas, that type of thing. And it's funny because when he takes himself apart, he becomes he loses half his health because he's only half of a character.
Cool.
So
cool.
That was kind of funny. Not available in Canada Lego Shop. I'm assuming that's the DeLorean, or is that this game? I'm not sure. But anyways, I mean, obviously the game's available. Like we just bought it digitally because then we get it right away. And my kid's Xbox doesn't have a drive in it anyhow. It's a disc to put in.
Okay.
But anyway, Lego opened up their new building in Denmark, their new campus, which is a gorgeous looking building. Can hold or is room enough for 2,000 employees. It has they're talking about an integral place for employees and their families. So I guess there's things that the employees can bring their families in to do, like maybe build areas or something like that. I'm not sure because it didn't really say, but I did read through the article. Look at all those nice sets. And the next news article is something related to this, and we'll touch that in a minute. 54,000 square meter campus, holds 2,000 colleagues, home away from home for Lego Group colleagues across the world. It kind of sounds like, when I was reading this, it kind of to me sounded like there might be like a home away from home for Lego colleagues across the world. So I'm wondering if they actually have some kind of accommodations on site for people that are coming to work, like that are employees that are coming.
Maybe they have some like rooms or yeah.
Yeah. And they also have this part of the campus called the People House, which is developed in as early as 2014, and it's basically allows it's more flexible work environment.
After working hours, they can play after working hours.
After and during. So it's basically a breakout room where you can go and there's activities you can do to kind of, de-stress, whatever.
Cool.
Lego Homestay. Oh, yeah. So here we go. A Lego Homestay for visiting employees, a cinema, outside park and activity zone, kitchen for communal cooking and networking, and a health clinic. I missed the thing. It includes a state-of-the-art fitness studio, creative workshop space. Employees' families are also welcome to use the facilities. Okay, so it's like a bunch of facilities that you can use with your family as well. But yeah, there is a place for visiting employees to stay. Which makes sense. I mean, why not have some kind of a campus on site?
And it makes sense because there's not a lot of place to stay in Billum actually, because
I think really sometimes they would use the Lego Hotel, the Legoland Hotel, for some of their employees to stay at as well. But yeah, exactly. It's a
really, really small town.
Yeah.
Apart from Lego, sure, there's not much there. So
yeah. Some more shots. Kind of this is, I guess, part of their break room. Anyway, the next article kind of touches on this because the Lego employees have all received a copy of a new set, which is the Lego Architecture Campus. So basically that building in a Lego set, which totally makes sense. And looking at it, it's a pretty cool looking building, I have to say. I like the look of it. Especially like this round area here is kind of interesting. So 1,400 pieces in this set. It's a Lego employee gift. Not sure if it'll be available any other way. But anyway.
I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
Unless a Lego employee resells them.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. And now I'm wondering if Boone would get this because he technically might be a Lego employee already, but I don't know. Anyway.
Well, they might have some stock for future employees to
or something in a Lego store,
like a gift, like a welcome gift basket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, makes you want to become a Lego employee, just so you can keep that in a box for like 20 years and then retire and sell it and use that as your retirement fund.
Yes, because you're not earning that much money when you're a Lego employee.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, Mike. Yeah, exactly. Next up, we did talk about this set of earlier on, but it's officially announced now, the largest of the one of the largest of the Jurassic World sets, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the dinosaur names, but it's been officially released. It comes with a helicopter and of course a four-wheeler, because every set has to come with a helicopter and four-wheeler. It's an interesting set. Like the lookout here is kind of cool. Available April 17th.
And the interesting part in that set is the dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs for sure. Yeah.
Because you're not gonna get it for the helicopter or for the lookout.
This is true. This is true. Fine. Okay. But anyways,
but you get like most of the characters in the movies, because
you got a lot of
that's Dr. Grant, that's probably
Ellie. I forget his name. Owen. Yeah.
And
the other three I'm not sure. Oh, that might be the Dr. Wu. Is that his name?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if that's the biologist dude. So April 17th for the release date with this one, along with all the other Jurassic World parks or Jurassic Park sets that are coming out. Probably one of those will probably sell out as well quickly, which is the fence breakout set with the two explorers and the lack of a bathroom. And now for the only set that was actually announced, and it was really bad timing because it was announced on April 1st.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a joke at first, but then I started looking at it and going, but it doesn't look like it's a joke. It actually looks pretty
But
decent.
and it was part of the list that was given to
Yes.
the retailer. So
Yes.
it was the friends that were having a space set.
Yeah, and we
It
had
was
just talked about that in the chat before, I think, as
yeah.
well. So, chat 55, I think it was. So yeah, Olivia's Space Academy, which comes with a shuttle and like a command center, a telescope, a testing gimbal
And
thingy.
the suits actually have the classic space logo on it.
Do they? I
Yes.
haven't actually seen that part. They didn't look at the pictures, I have to admit. Um,
If you
I
look at
did
the
quickly
suit,
look at the shuttle because this picture, no, not this picture. I saw one of these pictures. Oh yeah, they do. Damn, Lego. One of the pictures I saw, and it's none of these, but it was a darker shade, and this looked like one cone. And I don't know if it was just the angle of it, but the three cones here looked like one, and I'm like, is that a new cone piece? Like what?
no,
Turns out
it's
it wasn't, so good thing.
but the
Um,
space suits have the classic space
yep,
logo.
that's pretty
So
cool.
you can actually have classic space mini dolls now.
Mini dolls and the helmets fit all the most of the city helmets fit the mini dolls, I think too. I
Yeah.
mean, because I don't think those are different helmets. So, um,
Well, you might have a like closer picture on the
yeah.
back.
Well, yeah. I was like, well, yeah. They're not wearing helmets though. So,
Yeah. Well, there's the
oh, there's
there's
the
the
helmet.
helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's a
yeah,
basic helmet. So with the
yeah.
visor.
Cool. So, might be interesting. Dave Caudes, well, you too, Dave. Maybe might be getting the set just so you can put those in your layout. They're like aliens, but
I
they're
like
not.
the shuttle. I actually like
The
the
shuttle
shuttle.
is cool. I agree. Um, and looking at some of these pictures, it almost looks like that windscreen is a lot bigger than it is. I know it's only one brick high because it's just the standard. Like, there's a good shot of it. It's just the standard round windshield that we've had before.
Yeah.
But when I like some of the proportions on some of these pictures I'm seeing them taking, even the Buzz Lightyear set last week, some of those angles made it look like pieces were different than what they actually were. And I don't know if that's just my eyes playing tricks on me or not. Eric, oh yeah, you're right, Eric. Thank you. All four figs have the logo on it. I didn't notice that these guys had it too. So pretty cool.
Cool.
And the planet, this planet's model is pretty cool too, because it will spin around as you turn it.
Yeah.
All right, that is it for the sets. We kind of looked at this a few minutes ago because there was obviously the Buzz Lightyear set we were talking about. There's the Olivia Space set. And I don't think there's much else on here. The new Attack on New Asgard, I think we talked about that in the past. The Go Buzz, there's the Buzz sets. Let's just enjoy this one more time.
Yes.
This one comes out on the 23rd? 24th?
24th or 23rd? I don't know.
Let's just open that up for a second. I just want to see if it actually, the information's here. Oh yeah, they don't have the parts listed yet. They do have more pictures, but I think we've seen all those.
It's on the Shop at Home website.
Yeah, I was actually seeing if there's a link here to Shop at Home directly from here, which surprised me that they don't have that. I'm just curious if they've done pre-orders on it. I know, well, last time I checked, it didn't number. Because if there's a pre-order, I probably would be ordering it as we're talking. April 24th, no pre-order.
Yes, April 24th. Yeah.
I probably will be placing an order on April 24th.
Me too.
Because I think I want this one.
I want 3.
Yeah. I want multiple of those windscreens as well, but
yeah.
But yeah, even for the sticker pack, I think if like I would like to build. You showed me that ship last week.
Yeah.
that one of your guys had the XL1
Yeah,
ship, which is the earlier one that's in the movie.
yeah.
I
The one on the ramp.
I was actually looking to build this one as well. And actually, I can pull that folder up too. Let me just, as we're talking here, Google Drive, Lego, future projects, Lightyear. Put this over here. So ship one. So these are the pictures I screen captured. So ship one, that's the one that the guy in your log has built.
Yeah.
No, sorry,
No,
this is the one that the set's based on.
Yeah.
And these are the only two shots I could get from it. Because so far that's all they've given us in the trailer.
Yeah.
Ship 2, which is actually the first ship.
Yeah, the one on the ramp.
The one on the ramp. So this one there's been more trailer pictures. So I mean, when I saw what he built, I wanted to see which one it was, and it's definitely this style, which makes sense because there's more pictures, right? It's easier to build this. So this is on my list to build. So yeah, that takes care of that. The last thing we have here, second last thing we have here is new parts added this week, or April 1st.
Ooh, with an angle.
What was that?
The first one, the hook with the.
Yeah, this one's actually been out for a while. It's been out it's in 18 sets and 11 sets in Darkstone. It has existed for a little while, but yeah, it is a fairly new set. 2014 actually.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I just, as I was sorting Dark Gray a couple of weeks ago, I found it and I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember seeing this one, but yeah, this is the first one I've actually had in my hands. There's not much in here other than a 1x3x3 gray window now. Not available on Bricks and Pieces yet, just for the record. And
there's no yellow window or
there's no trans yellow.
Or trans green yellow, trans green window to go in it. So
yeah, and it's not available in blue either. Just those like tan, I think dark brown and medium lilac. So there is light with yellow in it, but we've already had that before. Some figs. So these are all the figs from the mech suits. The DMC parts as well, which really is like, I think, a new tire and the windscreen. This one in gray, that are in the light gray, which hasn't been available in the past. So not much here. April is kind of a quiet month for, at least so far. I mean, we have new sets coming out later this month, so yeah. Lastly is for anybody in Ontario and wherever else Mastermind is. I'm not sure. I'll double check that in a minute. Mastermind has Lego on sale this week.
Yeah, I did place I placed an order yesterday.
Okay. So they got 15%.
I got the rover, the new space rover, and the space station, the orbiting space station.
Yeah. So it's Lego City, it's Lego Star Wars. Mario is 30% off, I think. No, Mario's 20% off. City, Star Wars, and there was one other one. I'm just trying to see which it is here. There's one other thing. Oh, Friends, and I think there was a fourth one. Oh, Technic are all 15% off. Like I said, Mario's 20% off, and video is 50% off. So, and it seems to be all the city sets, like all the new space ones, as Dave was saying. And I was kind of tempted to buy it, but 15% isn't enough.
Well, it was more than, it was like more 20%.
20% was just the
because I got the space set for $79.99 instead of $99.99. So that's 20% in my book.
79. I'm just trying to find them here. They might already be sold out.
Probably, or only available in stores. So
no, they had them because I saw them this morning. Unless they pulled them. Lego City Space. My alarm just went off. Yeah, they're not on anymore.
Okay, I got lucky because I got the first one here, the 99. I got it for 79.99, and the Rover was 39.99.
Yeah.
So that's 20% off.
Huh. So either they had a calculation error in there that the percentage wasn't right, because the email I got this morning did say 15% off. So I should have probably ordered it when I saw it then, but I didn't because I'm trying not to buy sets right now. Because
because you're sorting and you want to be done sorting,
and then I want to build afterwards, right? So, yeah, my kids come down here to complain that it's time for bed. See ya.
Why do I have to?
I'm not going to look at him anymore because I'm trying to host a chat here. Do you want me to spin the camera, Andy? I noticed you're wearing your bow tie as well. Grab the camera so it'll spin around. You're on camera. Go upstairs, bud. Anyway.
Is it flipped?
It's not even on, Thomas. Bye. Please go upstairs and stop distracting me.
We can hear you, Thomas.
Yes. Teenagers. Anyway, so next up we have, speaking of sets, I was trying to do a segue and then that happened and I got distracted because I was like, speaking of new sets, there's currently 800 of them available, and of that 800, 542 are currently available, so that's gone up some sets because we did have new stock come in. Out of stock 197, down a tad bit. Back order 33, coming soon 29. So we've gained, everything stabilized pretty much. We've gone up 1% in available now. Obviously out of stock as it's gone down, but we've had the DeLorean added into that too, so they've
the DeLorean was in and out.
In and out, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad my kid entertained you there, sis. Anyway, so that's it for that. Quick and easy. Close that. We'll just save. I'll just minimize this for now. Save it later. Okay. I guess our chat subject's next.
Yes.
Which is courtesy of jeddstarrutube, Jeff, one of our Ottawa-based friends, and that is collaborative builds from ideas to reality. I kind of paraphrased what he had. He had a longer paragraph, actually, if you scroll down.
And you, I'm gonna let you go first because you saw a lot of collaborative builds in Seattle.
In Portland, yes.
And
obviously, this is the one that's on the screen here is the post-apocalyptic build that they did, which was just basically build a bunker type thing that's 16 by 16 or multiples thereof, and bring it to the show, and we'll place it. We'll put it. You give it to us, and we'll put it somewhere into the collaboration. They also had, they had some standards that said, 16 by 16. If you want lights, just put a Technic brick with the hole in, and we will stick lights in for you, because they just had Christmas lights that were the right size. So they basically, the whole back of that display was just strings of Christmas lights everywhere to light it up, which makes it look even better. This to me is a more complex type of collab in that you're going vertically versus horizontally. You're not using it does have a standard as well. But we should probably take a step back because collaborative builds have been happening for some time.
Yeah, and this is a collaborative build, but you're not really collaborating. You're just building to standards, so you can just bring your stuff, and they just gonna put it together.
Yeah.
So it's not really a collab because you don't really know what the others are doing.
Yeah.
and you're just like assembling all of this.
Yeah, you have a couple of people putting it all together. There's not really a lot of planning necessarily.
Yeah,
and I mean,
that's my point. There's not a lot of planning from the builder's part.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
It's not like a moon base where you have to, plan ahead and say, well, I'm going to bring an L corridor or a T corridor or a cross corridor. And
yeah. And as we're talking, I'll just have this up here as well. And I think I'll switch us over to this format. Just so this is a video I filmed of the Jurassic Park collab. I filmed this for just Jeff as well because he didn't get a chance to watch it. But this is basically similar idea. Build something Jurassic Park. There wasn't really necessarily a standard for this, other than if you're building a building, it has to fit on a base plate. Like base plates were flat on the ground. But this is like one of the largest collabs I've seen. Hypothetically, because there's different types of collabs, like Great Ball Contraption are collabs. Everybody brings a module and you piece it together, right? Yeah. For this one, everybody brought their individual little model and they placed it on the base plates, which someone else had supplied. Like they brought a bunch of base plates. One person owns all the dinosaurs in this layout. So they didn't have to worry about bringing dinosaurs and worry about whose is whose. And there's like 400 plus dinosaurs on here. So that's a lot of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But basically they same idea. They placed it down ahead of time. They placed it down when you got there. And I think they had a little bit of an idea of what was going on. But beyond that, it was just people bring what they have. And they've been doing this for many years as well. So this has been a collab that's been growing. And you can see based on the number of tables there, it's all the way around. It's huge. It's got some iconic scenes and some other stuff that people just created to put in there. Some motion, obviously.
You gotta have motion.
Sorry, but
gotta have motion. If you haven't done shows, you're watching and you haven't done shows yet, and you want to be noticed right away for your work.
Yep.
Two things you have to think about when you're doing. You want to display anything. Two things you have to think about: lights, motion.
Okay, lights, motion. And I was gonna say build out a Lego.
Yeah, of course, Jeff.
Yeah, lights and motion for sure. Always helps. And
you want to bring attention to your work. You gotta have some motion and gotta have some lights somewhere.
And at this point, I don't think the train was running when I filmed this because it was later in the afternoon, and I think the train finally died.
Well, that's too bad.
So, but the other thing was with this, all the greenery on this site, like all the greenery that's here, was also after they put everything down, then they just put out boxes and boxes of green parts and started throwing them down on the layout. And so all the greenery wasn't pre-planned. It was just help us put green on this, like help us put bush, like help us make this look like it's not just an open space. You know what I mean?
Okay, just that green base plates or.
Yeah, the green base plates, but I mean all the plants.
Yeah.
They brought boxes upon boxes of plants and just filled it in. The trees I think is the same as well. Because otherwise how are you going to define who's like, well, that's my tree. Well, no, that's my tree, right? Like
well, unless you have like a specific plan or specific standard that like Moonbase that you're saying, well, I'm bringing my own 48 by 48 and all my plants are accessories are on that base plate.
Yeah, like on these areas, I'm assuming that those are his plants, and these trees are that person's trees and stuff, right? Like the can of shaving cream. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I mean, this is a large layout now, but I mean, historically, we have been doing collaborative builds since Lego shows first started, because we would be doing train layouts, moon base layouts, castle layouts. I mean, collaborative builds have been around for a very long time.
If you're doing any kind of layout with somebody else, you're doing collaborative work.
Yeah,
because and it's more intense collaborative work. Well, at least when you're doing a train layout, because you have everything has to fit together. The tracks have to, connect somehow, and the roads have to connect somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
exactly. So, and those like train layouts, when we used to do the train layouts, those ones would be like when we used to plan our train layouts, those were designed ahead of time in Track Designer or whatever tool we were using, Track Draw, and it was figured out to the minuscule thing. It's like, okay, here's what we're going to have. So there's
yeah,
a lot more collaboration in that. Also, we didn't necessarily have a standard. I mean, trains did have a standard in that the tracks were on the edge of the plate. There were 4 studs in. There was an 8 long track, 8 studs between it, another 8 track or another section of 8 track. So that was the only real standard we had, and you'd have to be 2 or 3 mod plates deep or whatever, because that was pre-mills and things like that. And I mean, Jeff, when he suggested this, he had mentioned the Mills standard, the OBB standard, which was the our standard Ontario Brick Builders, which actually was Mills before Mills existed.
yeah,
I still lay claim to Mills as being something we created, but I don't have. Well, I don't think I ever want to have to prove that. Anyway, we have proof, but anyways, but we weren't the only one doing it as well, right?
yeah.
But
Because brick build roads
yeah,
were
we're a
pre
thing.
mills too, and a lot
Yeah,
of clubs were using
yeah,
brick
yeah,
builds
yeah,
roads. So
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, we had done that, and that's where you start getting more investment in parts, and it's harder for people to join into that. So,
yeah,
Castle was the same thing when we did our brick fets back in the early years. I built a castle, and I designed a mill standard for that. Again, pre-mills, where it was just like roadways are center of the base plate. They're usually about 10 plates wide, and when you come into a road or a path, everything 4 quarter or 4 sides, just center. It's usually 10 or 12 plates wide. It doesn't really matter because it's a dirt road. It doesn't have to be
yeah,
uniform. Yeah, and
yeah,
eight wide trains can sometimes take out buildings too close to tracks if not careful as they turn. Yeah, and I mean, in the earlier train days, we had a 6 wide standard.
yeah,
Now, when you go to NMRA or any of the bigger train clubs, they're buying the custom track that's available, like the third-party track, which are wider dimensions, wider diameters, allow for larger trains and things like that. It is a more realistic system, but it also means your layout is that much wider because instead of having a quarter, instead of having a turn on a 48 by 48 base plate, a full quarter circle,
yeah,
it's now taking up 3-4 times that size.
yeah. And it's 3-4 times that size that you're not putting any buildings or
Yeah,
roads or
and you have to, if
because
you're if you're doing it in mills, then that's so much more you have to build up as well. So
yeah,
I mean, collaborations can take a huge investment in parts. Sometimes they don't. I mean, like Dave and I, the space layout, like pretty much everything not everything I've done, but most of the stuff that we've done, like when Dave was doing his, like the square that Dave and I talk about all the time, which is that 8 tables, 8-foot tables that are basically 2 this way, 2 this way, 2 this
yeah,
way, 2 this way. So
yeah,
basically, they were kind of overlapping, but there was a hole in the middle. There was a 2-foot by 2-foot hole in the
yeah,
middle that we called the square because we could get up in there, we could put stuff around. That was pre-planned long before the show, and there was a lot of iterations going on. It was like, okay, we need a building here, let's build something, that type of stuff, right? So I mean, like
but
mhm.
but personally, I think, well, at least for me,
Yeah,
collaborative work is a great. It's inspiring
yeah,
because you want to do good, and you're so and like you said, when you're planning ahead, it gives you that extra push for the layout
yeah,
to be good,
yeah,
because you're planning ahead. First of all, since you're planning ahead, you're coming up with a great display or great layout because it was planned ahead. It's not like on you're not winging it when you get to the convention, or it's everything is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the first thing. And the second thing is, since you're planning ahead, you're saying, well, okay, we're gonna need a building there, or we're gonna need a road there, or we're gonna add a spaceship there. Okay, I'm gonna take that space. I'm gonna gonna build a spaceship, and so it's pushing yourself to like do great builds, because you don't want to disappoint your partner coming up with a lame building, since you said you're gonna do it. And usually you're when you're doing a collaboration, and I'm talking about not a large collab, but like 2 or 3 people or 4 people, you're sending yourself pictures of your work in progress, and you're challenging the others as to do better, and criticizing and nitpicking on details. And so I think in the end, if you're doing collaborative work, it's gonna push you to your building limits, and it's gonna push you to do better, to be better, or be a better builder.
Yeah. So I just pulled this up. This is from BrickFet 2013, I think, and this is one of the programs that we were using. And at this point, we were, some of us were having 6 baseplate wide layouts. Other people wanted to have 9 baseplate wide layouts. So this is kind of some of the planning that we had thrown back and forth between people. Like, we had our own standard track section, like OBB, the Ontario Brick Builders, had their own curved ends. I supplied one end, and I think Janie had the other one built, type thing. So that was like that's one of the more important things with trains as well. You have to make sure that you have all the corners accounted for, and the rest of it's not so bad. But the corners, and obviously the quantity of straight track that's needed. But I mean, then we threw around other ideas as well. And you can then fit them on tables, see how much space it takes up. I don't think we ever ended up going with this. And these are all upside down, but these are upside down and blurry. But yeah, this is like our mills.
The mill system. See, Jeff invented it first.
I did. Streetcar down the center. And still in use today, these ones. I haven't built them in a while. Again, upside down, not sure why. That's an ammo CAD. That's not going to help. Sorry, I thought that was a video. BrickFet 2012. Just pull these up as well. So here again, another one. So in this one, we would just basically, everybody brings their own section, right?
Yeah.
And actually,
but still, again, but even if you're bringing your own section, you still have to plan ahead. You still have to say, well, that the road has to connect this way, the rail has to connect this way. And I do the same thing when I do shows. Usually at Bricomanie we have a huge moon base, and that's basically what I do. I plan ahead using blue brick, and I ask people who wants to collaborate with the moon base, saying, okay, how many modules are you gonna bring in? Is it a cross? Is it a T? Is it just a corridor? Or is it an end cap? Or when I don't know about you, Jeff, but when I plan on blue brick, I do try to have everyone works feature, so everyone can see the work of everybody else. I don't want to put like someone in a corner or in the middle of the layout where you're not going to see his one and only module. Yeah,
and Jeff brings up a point as well. You get the scale of the buildings that's going to be off as well. So, I mean, you do want to try and have the taller buildings more in the center of a layout and smaller buildings coming out on the sides, because you don't want to bury them and stuff. Also, lots of base plates are required. I went to one of the rail fairs in Ottawa one year, and it was one of those, bring your modules. I think they had a bit of a plan of how things were going, from what I recall. But I remember going there and watching them set up. And, Jeff, he brought boxes and I'm pretty sure it was him, bought like bins and like milk crates of base plates, and basically pulled out all the road plates and laid them all down and stuff. And I was like just amazed at how much how much like some people were bringing and other people were just bringing the buildings. It's like, okay, we're supplying the track and the base plates. You guys bring the filler. Speaking of filler, and this picture did pop up, and this is kind of outside of the collab discussion, but soccer plates. So with the mill system, all the buildings have to be raised up. All your modulars or whatever you're bringing have to be raised up. And I know a lot of people really hate that because it's a big suck in parts. I came up with this years ago, which is just using the soccer plates, which are dirt cheap. They're really hard to ship, or they're a little more expensive to ship, but you can get them for pretty cheap. And this is like version 1.0. Version 2.0 is just basically a square with a hollow center, like these 4 in the center are missing. And you basically just plate, like tile it. You're basically just raising this plus, I think it's the 3 plates, the 2 plates and a tile, bring you up to the same height as the mill's plate, and then you just put your base plate of your building on top, and that puts it with the tiles on top of that on the building, like on the sidewalk, it brings you completely level. These are very lightweight. I have like 2 full bins of these that I can just bring out to a show. You plop them down, you put your buildings on, and it's a lot easier to use. And like I said, you can get these soccer plates in many different places. So they usually have a plan. Ben's back. No good Lego deals, but we did get a couple of pieces of cheesecake and 1 Cinnabon. Okay, see, now I want cheesecake.
I don't want a Cinnabon.
Yeah. And Ben, I was going to mention it earlier. There is actually a website, stocktrack.ca, I think, that allows you to track what's available at Walmart. I might do a video on that one day. It was shown to me by
Richard Martin.
Richard Martin. Yeah, I was trying to think what his last name was. The other Richard, the other Rick. And I've been using it all the time, and it's a good place to find, because you basically pull up a set number or you look for the deals, and depending on the city, you can get cheaper prices. Like I've got some of the video pods that I bought. Like I've got eight extra video pods that will eventually go in my store. And I bought them at $3 a piece because that's what they're available for. I like the ones right now in town are $7, the ones that are still available, but I check every few days to see if they've dropped in price. And if they drop down to 5 or 3, I'll buy them. Why not? So I think that's all we had in here. So, and there's just lots of different planning, we're planning the rail yard and stuff. This one did actually occur. I remember this one was a little bit of headaches because the guy who was doing the rail yard didn't actually look at the pictures.
Ooh.
I think. I forget what it was. There was some confusion, and there was a lot of figuring out at the show. Did you see that there is a nice Jurassic Park throwback set coming out? Yes, we did. We can pull that one up quickly. Let me just see if I can. Pull it up just because it is a good set to look at. It's almost as good as the Lightyear set.
Yeah. The Ford Explorer is a little too big.
Oh yeah, the Ford Explorer is horrible, and I just totally spelled Jurassic wrong. But thankfully, Lego is smart enough to know what I was meaning. Yeah, full screen it. Yeah, the Ford, the Explorers, up to the roof line, they're good. This upper part, I think, is what's really off. This windscreen up here. Personally, I think that's where. I mean, it's a little boxier than it should be, but you got to remember the Explorers back then were. What year did Jurassic Park come out? Was it 99?
I don't remember.
Jurassic Park. 93.
93.
I mean, you look at the Ford Explorer back then.
Yeah, it's boxy, but it's the one in the set is actually too tall. It's
too tall. Like I said, I think it's the upper window.
Well, even the door, it's if you're standing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you look at Ian, Ian Michael is just.
Oh yeah.
He's not
even
up
as high as the
to,
door.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think they did that because of the track underneath, right? Like the vehicle had to be higher up as well.
Probably, but
yeah, it needs a redesign.
Because I saw some mocks of that particular.
The shoes.
Yeah, I saw some mock of that particular vehicle that were greatly better than the
Yeah.
one that the Lego.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen better mocks too. And now I'm just curious what Ford Bronco Sport with the. I own an Explorer, so it's like, oh, be cool to have it painted like Jurassic Park, except for the fact that I lease it, so probably not so cool. Here's your car. Yeah.
Yeah, here's your car back. I did a little custom paint job.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I like the set for what it is. I still say it needs a bathroom. I think they lost that. Like one extra figure and a little bathroom on the side would have been awesome.
Why you would have to add a whole bunch of bricks and
yeah.
You would drive up the price.
Oh, I agree. Jeff also mentioned that going back to our tables or our modulars or collaborative builds discussion, when you show up and the tables are smaller than what you planned for as well.
That's awful. Yeah,
that is for sure. So a lot of events, and I mean we've done this too with BrickFet. A lot like Portland was the same. They bought the plastic 6-foot tables, the folding tables. They had like a couple hundred of them, and they used those because they're 6 feet along with the convention tables, which are usually 8 feet tables, so that you have at least a little bit of different sizing, so you can kind of make different shapes work out a little easier.
Yeah.
So that's handy. I mean, BrickFet's had we had like 40-ish, 50-ish tables as well. Yeah, what else? I'm just trying to see what else I lost track of. The brick built TRX is a mixed bag. Yeah. They were kind of Jeep, right? Like, they were actually Ford Explorers. So, I mean, agreed. My lawyer got eaten last night. So
the blood-sucking lawyer.
Yes, the blood-sucking lawyer.
Because I did watch the movie. Was it this? I think it was this weekend or the weekend before. Because, well, I was alone with Jacob, and Jacob is a big fan of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Fair enough.
And he wanted to see the movie, but me and my wife, we didn't want the youngest one to see the movie because I think at 6 years old, I think you're a little young to see dinosaurs eating people. So so since he had COVID and he was locked up in the room with my wife, so we're going to do it today. So and now he's bugging me to see Jurassic Park 2, which is even worse because people get eat a lot in that movie.
I was just noticing as well, and just to be nitpicky, the cables are kind of going down here. Like, yes, the dinosaur breaks through the cables, but I would have at least put like the 1x1 tile clips here or something like that, just to make it look like it actually would still follow, like, because it was attached at every beam, right? Yeah. Anyway, there's room for improvement, I guess.
Well, you can order it, Jeff, and you can mod it all you want.
Yeah.
You're not gonna buy it?
It doesn't interest. I don't like the look of the trucks. All those parts are going to be commonly available for the most part, other than like the sticker pack for the Jurassic Park. I don't know. I think I'm getting more picky now. I mean, we've talked about my backlog of sets. I have too many, and I need to get through those before I consider buying more stuff. I mean, Lightyear, different story. That's something I want, and I will build right away when I get it, type thing, or fairly quick when I get it, right? But I think my next building will be the modular from this year because I haven't built that yet.
Ooh.
Um,
You're you're I'm waiting for my test result
yeah, I'm stuck in
set.
Detroit, and hey, they
I'm
actually have
st-
this set, so I'm going to buy it. I got it cheaper than I would have if I bought it here. So even with tax and the exchange rate, I got it $20 cheaper. So
and you were gonna buy it anyway, so
yeah, it was on my list. It was on my plan to buy, and I don't like. I was gonna say I haven't bought a lot since then, but I have.
well you did buy a few plushies in Portland.
Yeah, but in Portland, I spent $86. That's all the Lego I bought, and it was those 5 plushies for 80, or those 4 plushies for $84, and one piece that I bought off of a vendor who was selling Lego by the pound for $10 or whatever. And I'm like, I need this one piece. Here's $1. He's like, okay, thank you, bye, because I needed it to fix my lock. So
You give him $1?
plushies are up there.
Ooh, plushies.
Yeah, because I didn't have any change on me, and it was like I don't really care. Literally, it was one of those Technic L brackets, and he was the first guy that I found that had it. It wasn't even in the red color. Usually I do black, and it was a red one, and it was like, oh, I'll pay $1 for red. Why not? Because I don't have any of those. And it looks like it survived the trip back at least. So
Cool.
So yeah. Anyways, we're at an hour and a half, so I think we'll call it for the night. So instead of dollying on, I'll figure as soon as I start talking. I'm on the fence with the Buzz sets. I also like the Star Wars Dagobah set. Yeah, I like all the Star Wars sets, but like those display sets, but I don't really have a space to display them. So I think I'm going to pass on those. The Buzz sets, I will probably get, at least the ship I will get. The other 2 sets I might get just for the figs, or just because completist in me.
Zerg.
Sorry?
Zerg.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll definitely get the main set for sure. And from then I'll decide. But yeah, my sister is reminding us that what I said. So we'll end the broadcast in a couple seconds. Oh yes, and happy birthday to Ben's cats. They were Sheldon and Leonard. And that's a waste of icing. Because icing's made for humans, not cats. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, clicking the button. So everybody have a great time. We'll see you again next Wednesday. At the sounds of it, we're not doing Sunday night builds anymore. If one does happen, if someone is interested, or anybody else in our group of friends, let me know and I'll set one up. But I don't plan to do it at the moment anyhow, just because it's Sunday night and sleep is important. But anyways,